And apparently a CNN reporter uh, got arrested, and I wanted to react to this. I want to watch this. I saw it in our Discord. I watched a few seconds of it, and then I said, hold up. I want to just react to this with the fam here. So let's watch this.
What I want to make sure is not lost in this, as we're seeing these remarkable pictures with this law enforcement presence directly behind you, is the why. Why people have been out on the streets protesting. Why this violence is taking place. There is some action behind you. Hang on.
Yep. We've got
where did that girl come from? Where did that girl come from? She just kind of like hopped out there in the middle of nowhere, and these cops are like, hut. Man, it's looking pretty bad where they're at. It's looking pretty bad where they're at.
We've got. We're meeting. Yep, we're good. Yep. Hold on. I got you. Hold on. They had us here. We're speaking with State Patrol right now. Give us a second, guys. We can move back to where you'd like. We can move back to where you'd like here. We are live on the air at the moment. This is the four of us. We are one team.
Check out that in the background. Check out the graffiti in the background, man. That's seriously apocalyptic. Like, it's seriously apocalyptic what I'm seeing.
Put us back where you want us. We are getting out of your way, so just let us know. Wherever you'd want us, we will go. We are just getting out of your way when you're advancing through the intersection. So just let us know, and we got you.
Okay, so the reporter's just saying, hey. The reporter's just saying, hey. Okay, we're reporting. We're the media. Whether we're CNN, whether we're Fox, doesn't matter the media outlet. We all know that different medias are controlled by different political parties. That's the way it happens in the 21st century. Let's look at a human level, right? Let's just look at a human level. Let's throw politics out the door, and let's just talk about reporters reporting what they see, okay? That's how I'm looking at it. Okay, he's saying, I get it. I'm reporting. All right, where do you need me to go? Where do you need me to go?
This is a scene here playing out in Minneapolis. This is part of the advanced police presence that we saw come over the course of really minutes when the local police showed up at the fire department, or with the fire department, I should say, on that building we showed you that was burning. This is among the State Patrol unit that was advancing up the street, saying and scattering the protesters at that point for people to clear the area. And so we walked away. I'm sorry? You're under arrest. Okay.
Oh, you're under arrest on the news, because that's really good to do. That's really good optics. Way to go, guys. That's really not the smartest move. That's not gonna go over so well with people watching this. Like that. I mean, like, if you look at it, it is a war zone. I mean, like, obviously there's a war zone. So we also have to think about like what's happened prior to the reporter putting the camera on. But I'm telling you this does not look good on every single level. Like every single level.
Why I'm under arrest, sir?
Okay, so he's asking why he's under arrest.
Okay.
Wow. The reporter from CNN's just like, okay. Like she's just kind of like, okay.
We are with CNN.
If you're just tuning in, you are watching our correspondent, Omar Jimenez, being arrested by state police in Minnesota. We're not sure why our correspondent is being arrested.
Hang on one second, Allison. Let's listen into what these officers are saying.
That just, man, this is like New World Order stuff I'm seeing right now, man. This is insanity. This is really insanity. I think that was like highly unnecessary. I think that could have been handled so much better. What do you do when you're a police officer, though? You know, like, imagine you know, the other side of the spectrum too. Like the city in Minneapolis, this third night, people shooting, people like going gangbusters, and you can see the scene is intense. These officers are humans as well, you know, and they're probably scared shitless because they understand they're on the other side. And, you know, when it comes down to it, it's a numbers game, and there's a lot more civilians than there are law enforcement. And like, you know, this is NWO type lockdown. This didn't need to get this way. Like, this didn't need to get this way. I think like good leadership, you know, in all departments of the government is directly related to people being involved in their government and voting for the right people. And I think that a lot of times you're seeing like the citizens don't get involved. And I'm hoping that more people start to get involved in their government, because if they don't, this type of thing happens where like there's no leadership making good decisions anywhere. Like every decision, like between the wording that Trump used, you know, to dominate, because I think on a human level, he's like egocentric. I mean, he's Trump. He's OG. He's old school gangster of an older era. I mean, I didn't expect Trump to react any differently. He just wants to be like, hey, we're going to win. We're going to win. That's the type of dude he is. It has nothing to do with Republican or Democrat. That's just the type of dude Trump is. I think any side of the political equation would agree that Trump's got a huge ego, that's what he's about. That is what Trump is about. So he's going to use a word like dominate at a time when like that's not really the best word to use. Like, words are important. And when you use the wrong words, things like these things happen. And when you don't have leadership in place that makes good decisions, things like this happen. And then people see this type of thing and they're going to take it to the base common denominator of like, wow. And of course, it's not so great that the reporter there is also black as well, and they're just taking the reporter. Do they take anybody else? I mean, that's not going to look good for the entire country as well, for God's sake.
That is an American television reporter, Omar Jimenez, being led away by police officers. He clearly identified himself as a reporter. He was respectfully explaining.
This is surreal to me. 2020.
Was there.
Aliens are next. We got confirmation of UFOs. Aliens are going to come down next. 2020 is the craziest year ever that I have lived in.
Live on television. I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, Allison. I just wanted to listen to see if we could hear more from the officers, the state police, as this is going on.
They just arrest the reporter?
Yeah. We're trying to see what's going to happen, John, obviously, to the rest.
I'm about there, guys. We were just out here reporting the closure of the streets. They just
is this dude's voice, or is he just like scared beyond all comprehension? Look at this scene, dudes.
They're all about to be arrested. That's
oh, there we go. We're arresting more people. Not telling them why they're being arrested, just taking them. It's total martial law kind of. It's getting to the point where it's just like martial law. They're like, get out of the area, just get out.
Anything like this.
But also it breaks all different types of constitutional rights.
We're just passing along the message, your message.
I feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better. Watching this.
Can you tell me what are okay. I'm being arrested now. I gotta can I put the camera down?
Going hand in hand with the virus as well. I mean, this is just gonna make the virus explode.
If you're just tuning in, this is our camera crew, our CNN camera crew, being arrested by the Minneapolis State Police. We believe the camera is now on the ground because our cameraman has been handcuffed.
Yeah.
Our correspondent, Omar Jimenez, was also led away in handcuffs.
I mean, we don't know. Here's the thing. We don't know the circumstances that led up to the point before the cameras were turned on by CNN. We just don't. However, CNN looked like they were outside the perimeter to me. There was some woman at the very beginning that just ran out of nowhere like a gazelle. Like, it is a zone where you shouldn't be, right? Media is there. The police are trying to the best of their ability to kind of zone off this particular area because you can see behind this dude the graffiti, the building's completely demolished. That store owner's like, hey dude, I used to have a store, he'll get insurance for it, but that's neither here nor there. But the other thing of the other end of the spectrum is you have media trying to report on an event happening in a country that is like freedom, right? So when you're seeing reporters getting hauled off with no explanation as to why they're being arrested as well, maybe not the best thing. I don't know. I mean, looking at this, it's not going to go over well. Like, the optics look horrible on this, and it's just going to inflame more people.